G'day, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another crazy dose of EV and net zero insanity with MGUY EV news for Tuesday the 15th of October 2024. Be sure to follow me on the usual socials for more content, links in the description, and please make sure you're subscribed and have enabled all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you'd like to support this channel, why not buy me a coffee? Link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Unfortunately, we're starting with a trio of fires today, and this one is really shocking. I'm not saying that regular cars do not catch fire when they're in accidents, because they do. The problem with EVs is that they are so difficult to extinguish. And even if you get the first responders and the fire brigade there, you can pour water on these batteries for hours and they will still not go out, and that has to increase the risk of serious injury. If people are trapped in a car, you can't get them out, there's a fire that you can't put out, it's gonna be worse. And this is a terrible example of that. 4 people dead after a Tesla erupted into flames in France, police probing blaze. 4 people were killed in France after a Tesla electric car caught fire as police now investigate the cause of the inferno. The blaze occurred outside the city of Niort on Saturday at around 10:45 p.m. local time, 9:45 BST, causing the deaths of the driver and 3 passengers who were employees at a restaurant in nearby Melle. According to preliminary reports, the vehicle rammed into several road signs at high speed. The passengers on board were already dead when rescuers arrived at the scene, police said. Tragic story. Sincere condolences to those families of those who are killed. It's just awful. Of course there are risks from regular cars. If they get an impact in the petrol tank, for example, or a spark can set off leaking fuel, everything like that. Yes, absolutely, that's right. I'm just concerned that where you have a fire that's made so intense by lithium-ion batteries, it just makes it worse. So this is a problem that we're going to see more and more, I regret to say. So another EV fire story. Shocking moment, electric car goes up in flames with heat so intense that blaze damages another vehicle and 2 nearby homes. This is exactly what I'm saying. The fires are so intense that they are very, very different to regular petrol fires. This is the terrifying moment that an electric car burst into flames, leaving it an unsalvageable wreck. The car was destroyed by the blaze in the Leytonstone area of East London during the early hours of this morning, Thursday. From the video and images available of the incident, it appears that the vehicle in question was a Skoda EV. The cause of the fire is still unknown to authorities. In the aftermath of the fire, it was also discovered that 2 adjacent properties and a nearby car were damaged due to the severity of the heat from the flames. Wow, look at these photos. Once the battery gets going, it is good night. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Yeah, I mean, a regular fire you can put out. You can douse it with water, you can cool it, you can starve it of oxygen. Both of those things will generally put out a petrol fire, but neither of those things will put out an EV battery fire. And that is going to be the big problem. And here we have another kind of fire which is caused by the transportation of lithium batteries. Again, similar issue. Yes, we all use lithium batteries in our phones and our devices, but when you get a lot of them together and there's an accident, like you have in an EV battery, or when you're transporting them, you tend to get these terrible results. 31,000 pounds of lithium batteries caught fire in a crash on the highway. A truck carrying 31,000 pounds of lithium-ion batteries caught fire following a crash in Nevada, United States. Firefighters from Pahrump Valley and Las Vegas firefighters responded using around 5,500 gallons of water, along with a product called F500, to successfully extinguish the fire. This is a fire technology, Fire and Rescue Services newsletter, so hence the technical jargon. Let's have a look at a little bit of video here. Yeah, okay. I'll put the links in the description. As always, go and read them for yourselves. Yeah, it's just going to be ever more common the more that we start using lithium batteries for everything, including transport. So we've seen solar factories destroyed by hailstorms because they are so vast and they are so fragile. We get a lot of hail, large hail in Australia, the eastern seaboard, especially up near Brisbane. In fact, all of the eastern seaboard from Sydney upwards can get very large hail, like 6 centimetre kind of golf ball, baseball size hail. And solar panels just can't cope with it. And as you can see here, we have some video of how Hurricane Milton has just wrecked a solar factory. Millions of dollars worth of damage. Why are we building these stupid things when we could build a nuclear power plant? It's total insanity. Let's have a look at the video. Looks like it's drone footage, no audio. That is a mess. You can see, wow, it almost looks like a tornado. Oh, it was a tornado from within Hurricane Milton. Left a very neat path through the solar farm. Shocking drone footage has revealed a devastation at a Florida solar farm after a tornado spawned by Hurricane Milton tore through its panels. The storm's ferocious winds tore through the Lake Placid solar power plant in Highlands County, leaving 90% of the county without power in the immediate aftermath. This is the madness of using renewables like solar panels and wind farms as the only backup in natural disasters. It's insanity. The first thing to go in a natural disaster is the electricity. And with no diesel or petrol to power our vehicles, what are we supposed to do? Incredible aerial footage by Duke Energy shows the extent of destruction to the $100 million facility that powers just 12,000 homes, sometimes when the sun is shining. Photos here. Over 43,000 customers were still without electricity as of Friday morning. Duke spokesman Audrey Stasko told the Highland News Sun, noting that damage to the panels has no effect on customer demand. Here we have the ultra woke FEMA, Federal Emergency, whatever it's called, Management Agency, I think it is, which has sent electric chainsaws to the hardest hit parts of the country after Hurricane Milton. Brilliant. But there's no electricity. FEMA sends electric chainsaws to areas with no power in North Carolina. This is the key paragraph here. What has been the input from FEMA? Very little, if any. These groups working the rural areas say the feds almost never go up this far into the mountains, and the only FEMA relief in the Little Switzerland and the surrounding area has been 3 pallets of electric chainsaws that require extension cords in an area that is still without power and likely will be for some time. See, the woke mind virus has infected FEMA to the point where they think that sending electric chainsaws is a good idea. Madness. So in the UK, we have seen a little bit of an uptick in EVs sales, but there's a big but. It's all due to fleets and massive discounting, as this article explains. Unprecedented EV discounting shores up September new car market. Record 56,387 BEV registrations in September, driven by massive manufacturer discounting, pushes year-to-date market share to 17.8%, with 18.5% forecast by year-end. Still below the zero-emission vehicle mandate of 22%, yes. And the key paragraph here is, fleets drove much of this growth, with deliveries rising 36.8% to account for more than 3/4, 75.9% of BEV registrations. Private BEV demand also rose, up 3.6% after unprecedented manufacturer discounting. But this was equivalent to just 410 additional registrations, and that's in all of the UK. Consumer demand for diesel grew at a faster rate, increasing 17.1% in September, a volume uplift of 1,367 units. So the fleets and the freebies are still going strong. Lots of discounts and fleet buyers which are just going crazy for BEV. They're the only people buying battery electric vehicles, basically, keeping the market afloat. Eventually the fleets will become saturated at some point. Similar kind of story in Australia with the September figures. The key paragraph here is that recorded sales of battery electric vehicles are again disappointing this month. This is in spite of a strong supply of EVs that nobody wants, and the addition of a number of new brands and models being introduced into the Australian market. Yeah, that nobody wants. It is important to note that right now EVs are concentrated in limited market segments such as passenger medium and small and medium SUVs. This trend in lower EV sales and increased hybrid and plug-in hybrids is reflected in markets across the world as production and purchase incentives are being wound back. Yes, when there are no freebies, people don't want these damn things. And here in ultra-woke California, they're starting to feel the error of their ways in buying Teslas for cop cars. Can you think of anything worse? Can you imagine chasing a guy in a petrol car? The guy in the petrol car just has to keep driving until the battery on the Tesla runs out. Brilliant. California police aren't loving their Tesla cop cars. Elon Musk on Thursday night rolled out the latest tech from Tesla, saying of its sleek cybercab robotaxis and a prototype of its new electric van that the future should look like the future. Back in the present day, however, California police departments are beginning to regret the decision to replace their fleets with Tesla Y models. Though climate-friendly, preparing the departments for a zero-emissions future, turns out that Teslas pose a lot of other challenges, per SF Gate interviews with 3 Northern California police chiefs. Once modified, for example, the car's backseat is too small for more than one passenger and the front too cramped for the officers. The chiefs further cite autopilot interference when trying to pull off the road. They also say a reliance on unsecured charging stations makes officers vulnerable when it comes to transporting suspects long distances, and note that in a firefight, police are taught to hide behind a car's engine block. With EVs, that's not an option. Yeah, I mean, all the bad guy has to do is fire a bullet into the battery and it will go up in flames. Oh, God, the stupid it burns. And finally, a fantastic advert from, I think this is Alfa Romeo Israel. It was a long time ago, but it's so accurate and so insightful. Let's just watch it. It is brilliant.
Good morning, Eric.
Yes, good morning. Let's go.
What is your destination today, Eric?
Destination is work, just like every day. Go, start driving.
Would you prefer the standard way?
No, I'd prefer you take me through China.
China is 15,000 miles from here. Loading maps and alternative language.
No, abort!
A boarding trip to work. What is your destination today, Eric?
Please, I am begging you, just take me to work.
Engaging climate control system.
No, enough with the climate control. Just drive.
Sensing nerves level rising. Activating relaxation music.
No, I just want to drive.
It might be your last chance to drive. Alfa Romeo Giulia, עכשיו בישראל.
Eric.
זה שאתה נושם, לא אומר שאתה חי.
Oh, that is brilliant. Brilliant. I can't believe I've only just seen that. But it perfectly encapsulates everything that's wrong with EVs and self-driving cars. Long live the car that you can drive yourself, is all I can say. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye for now.